Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michio Kaku, and I am a theoretical physicist, futurist, and popularizer of science. For decades, I have devoted my life to exploring the frontiers of physics, the mysteries of the universe, and the boundless potential of human imagination. I have written extensively on topics ranging from string theory to the future of humanity. But tonight, we will delve into a subject that fascinates both scientists and dreamers alike: the science of mind reading and telepathy. Before we dive into the technical details, allow me to explain why this topic is not merely science fiction. For centuries, humans have been captivated by the idea of directly understanding one another's thoughts. Ancient myths speak of seers and telepaths, and countless works of literature and film have imagined a world where communication transcends words. Today, advances in neuroscience, computer science, and artificial intelligence are bringing us closer to that reality than ever before. In this lecture, I will guide you through the journey of the human mind, how thoughts are formed, how we can decode them using modern technology, and how, one day, it might be possible to transmit thoughts directly from one brain to another. We will explore the experiments, breakthroughs, and theoretical frameworks that are turning the dream of telepathy into a scientific pursuit. To understand the possibility of mind reading, we must first understand the brain itself. The human brain is perhaps the most complex object in the known universe. It contains approximately 86 billion neurons, each connected to thousands of other neurons through trillions of synapses. These neurons communicate via electrochemical signals, forming intricate networks that encode our memories, emotions, decisions, and imaginations. Every thought, every fleeting idea is a pattern of activity within this vast neural network. Consider for a moment a simple thought, like the image of a red apple. Even this simple concept involves multiple brain regions. The visual cortex processes the image, the prefrontal cortex interprets its meaning, and the hippocampus may associate it with memories of taste or smell. This is the beauty and complexity of the brain. Even a single idea is not localized to one spot, but distributed across a vast network of neurons. Modern neuroscience provides us with the tools to observe these patterns. One of the most powerful is functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI. Unlike traditional MRI, which captures static images, fMRI measures changes in blood flow within the brain, offering a dynamic map of neural activity. When neurons are active, they require more oxygen, causing detectable fluctuations in blood flow. By analyzing these changes, scientists can determine which areas of the brain are active during specific thoughts, actions, or sensations.
Another powerful technology is electroencephalography, EEG, which measures the electrical signals generated by neurons via electrodes placed on the scalp. While EEG has less spatial precision than fMRI, it captures neural activity at incredible speed, in milliseconds, allowing us to observe real-time thought processes. In combination with advanced machine learning algorithms, these neural signals can be analyzed to detect patterns corresponding to specific thoughts, intentions, or emotions. Let us consider a landmark experiment. Participants are shown images while their brain activity is recorded using fMRI. By training neural networks on this data, researchers can reconstruct approximate versions of the images a person is seeing, effectively allowing a computer to read the person's mind. Although still in its early stages, this demonstrates the feasibility of decoding thoughts from neural patterns. Similarly, EEG-based experiments have enabled participants to control robotic arms, computer cursors, or even drones using thought alone, showcasing the first practical applications of mind-to-machine communication. But what if we could transmit thoughts directly from one human brain to another? This brings us to the exciting frontier of brain-to-brain interfaces, or BBIs. Early experiments with animals have shown that electrical signals from one brain can influence the behavior of another. In humans, non-invasive technologies such as transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, can selectively stimulate specific brain regions. By decoding the thought patterns of a sender and stimulating the corresponding regions in a receiver, it becomes conceivable that ideas, intentions, or even emotions could be transmitted directly between minds. The implications of this are profound. Imagine soldiers on a battlefield communicating silently, scientists across continents collaborating without typing, or loved ones sharing experiences on a deeply intimate level. Beyond the practical applications, such technology could profoundly transform human society, altering the very way we think, communicate, and empathize with one another. In this lecture, we will explore not only the technologies and experiments enabling mind reading and telepathy, but also the philosophical, ethical, and societal implications. How do we define privacy in a world where thoughts might be accessible? What safeguards must be in place to prevent misuse? Can the human mind evolve alongside technology to embrace these new modes of communication? As we progress, I will share detailed examples of experiments that decode visual images, control robotic devices, and transmit intentions between human brains. We will discuss applications for medicine, education, diplomacy, and space exploration. We will examine how AI and advanced computation accelerate progress, and how the fusion of neuroscience and technology is creating new possibilities for human cognition. In short, this is not just the story of technology. It is the story of humanity itself, striving to understand the most intimate and powerful frontier of all, our own minds. By the end of this lecture, you will have a glimpse of a future where telepathy may not be science fiction, but a tool, a communication channel, and perhaps even a new way of connecting as human beings.
To understand how mind reading could truly work, we must delve deeper into the structure and function of the human brain. The brain is not a single uniform organ. It is composed of specialized regions, each responsible for particular aspects of thought, perception, and emotion. At the most fundamental level, neurons are the building blocks. Each neuron communicates with thousands of others through structures called synapses, forming a highly intricate network. When a neuron fires, it sends an electrical signal down its axon, triggering the release of neurotransmitters, which then activate neighboring neurons. The patterns of these firings create the very fabric of thought, memory, and consciousness. Imagine trying to decode a complex symphony by listening to just one violin. That is the challenge of mind reading, understanding the brain's immense complexity by observing the signals of individual neurons or networks. Yet advances in neuroimaging and computational modeling are allowing us to do just that. Techniques such as diffusion tensor imaging, DTI, allow us to visualize the pathways of neural connections, mapping how information flows across the brain. Combined with fMRI and EEG, these tools give scientists a multi-dimensional view of neural activity. To illustrate, let us consider the process of visual imagination. When a person imagines a scene, say a beach at sunset, multiple areas of the brain light up. The visual cortex processes shapes,
colors, and motion. The temporal lobes recall memories of similar scenes, while the prefrontal cortex interprets and adds context. Simultaneously, the amygdala may evoke feelings of serenity or nostalgia. Each region contributes a layer of information, creating a complex tapestry that represents the thought. In mind-reading experiments, decoding these layers requires sophisticated algorithms that can interpret overlapping signals and reconstruct the original image or idea. Neural networks, inspired by the architecture of the brain itself, play a crucial role in this decoding. By training artificial intelligence on patterns of brain activity associated with specific thoughts, researchers can teach machines to predict what a person is thinking. Early experiments have focused on simple concepts, distinguishing between geometric shapes, letters, or basic objects. Over time, with increasing data and more advanced models, these systems are approaching the ability to decode more abstract ideas, sentences, and even intentions. Memory and association are also critical in mind reading. Every thought is influenced by prior experiences, stored as patterns in the hippocampus and distributed across the cerebral cortex. When decoding thoughts, it is not enough to understand immediate neural activity. One must also account for these underlying memories and associations. For example, imagining a red apple may simultaneously activate memories of tasting sweetness, holding an apple, or even childhood experiences associated with fruit. A successful mind-reading system must interpret not only the visual signal, but the rich contextual information encoded alongside it. Another fascinating aspect is emotion. Thoughts are rarely neutral. They carry emotional weight. Happiness, fear, curiosity, and desire all produce measurable changes in neural patterns. By combining neuroimaging with machine learning, scientists can begin to infer emotional states alongside cognitive content. This opens the door to a more complete form of telepathy, not just reading the literal thought, but sensing the associated feeling, creating a richer, more empathic form of communication.
The temporal dimension of thought adds another layer of complexity. The brain operates on multiple timescales, from milliseconds of electrical firing to seconds and minutes of neural patterns forming sequences. Decoding real-time thought requires technology that can capture both the rapid firing of neurons and the slower integrative processes that give meaning to these signals. This is why EEG, with its millisecond-level resolution, complements fMRI, which captures broader spatial patterns over longer timescales. Now let us turn to practical applications of these insights. One of the most compelling is in the field of assistive technology. For patients with severe paralysis or locked-in syndrome, mind-reading systems offer a lifeline. By decoding their intentions via EEG or fMRI, these individuals can control robotic arms, type messages, or even communicate complex ideas without moving a muscle. Here, telepathy is not a futuristic luxury. It is a tool for restoring autonomy and human dignity. In research settings, mind reading allows scientists to explore the neural basis of creativity and problem solving. By observing how experts in fields such as mathematics, music, or art generate novel ideas, we can begin to decode the patterns associated with genius-level thinking. These insights could lead to cognitive enhancement, training methods, and even AI systems designed to emulate human creativity. A further frontier is brain-to-brain communication. Early experiments with rats demonstrated that signals from one animal's brain could influence the behavior of another. In humans, pioneering studies have transmitted basic information, such as binary signals or motor intentions, between two individuals using non-invasive technologies. While still rudimentary, these experiments prove that the concept of telepathy is scientifically plausible. The challenge now is scaling these systems to transmit more complex thoughts and emotions, and to do so reliably in real-world conditions. As we progress, the integration of AI and neural data will accelerate these breakthroughs. Advanced algorithms can detect subtle correlations in brain activity, predict intentions before they are acted upon, and even reconstruct visual imagery. Imagine a scientist thinking of a chemical structure and another scientist receiving a near-instant mental visualization. The potential for collaboration and discovery is staggering. Now that we understand the fundamental workings of the human brain and the technological tools at our disposal, let us examine the experiments that have brought mind reading and telepathy from the realm of theory into reality. These studies illustrate how far we have come and hint at the vast possibilities ahead. One of the earliest and most compelling involves functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, to decode visual imagery. In these experiments, participants were shown a series of images, simple shapes, letters, or common objects, while their brain activity was recorded. Using sophisticated machine learning algorithms, researchers trained computers to associate patterns of neural activity with specific images. In a remarkable demonstration, the system could reconstruct the images a participant was seeing or imagining, sometimes with surprising accuracy. Although the reconstructed images were blurry and simplified, this experiment provided the first empirical evidence that thoughts could be partially decoded directly from the brain. Another groundbreaking area involves electroencephalography, EEG, and brain-computer interfaces. By placing electrodes on the scalp, researchers capture the brain's electrical signals in real time. Using this information, participants have been able to control robotic arms, move cursors on a screen, or even pilot drones using thought alone. One striking experiment involved a participant imagining hand movements while their EEG signals were analyzed. The signals were then translated into robotic commands, allowing the machine to mimic the exact motion the participant intended. This demonstrates not only the feasibility of thought-to-action translation, but also the potential of EEG-based systems for practical mind-reading applications. A particularly fascinating development is in brain-to-brain interfaces, BBIs. These systems connect two brains, allowing information to pass directly from one individual to another. Early experiments with animals provided proof of concept. For example, in one study, electrical signals from the brain of a sender rat were transmitted to a receiver rat, which then performed specific tasks based on the sender's neural signals. Extending this to humans, researchers have combined EEG and transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, to transmit simple information between two participants. In one experiment, a sender thought of moving their right hand, and the receiver's hand moved as a result of the transmitted neural signal. Though simple, these experiments demonstrate that direct neural communication between human brains is possible. Even more ambitious studies involve decoding language from neural activity. By analyzing signals from language processing areas, such as Broca's and Wernicke's regions, scientists can begin to predict the words or phrases a person intends to communicate. In controlled experiments, participants were asked to think specific words or sentences while their brain activity was recorded. Machine learning models could then infer the intended word from neural patterns, providing a primitive but functional form of thought-based communication. For patients with severe paralysis or locked-in syndrome, this technology offers a transformative way to communicate, bypassing the need for speech or movement entirely.
Beyond words and actions, experiments are exploring the decoding of emotions and intentions. Every thought carries emotional content, whether joy, fear, curiosity, or desire. Using fMRI and EEG data, researchers have trained algorithms to infer these emotional states. In one study, participants were shown emotionally charged images while their brain activity was monitored. The system successfully identified whether the participant felt happiness, fear, or neutrality, based solely on neural patterns. This opens the possibility of not only reading thoughts, but also understanding the emotional context behind them, creating a richer, more empathic form of telepathy. Researchers are also exploring dream decoding. Dreams are complex sequences of imagery, memory, and emotion. By analyzing patterns of brain activity during REM sleep, scientists have begun to reconstruct visual approximations of dream imagery. While still rudimentary, these studies suggest that one day we may be able to read dreams, providing insights into the unconscious mind, creativity, and even mental health. Real-world applications are already emerging. In medicine, mind-reading experiments are helping patients communicate and regain autonomy. In education, researchers are exploring whether thought decoding could enhance learning by identifying when students are struggling to understand a concept. In neuroscience research itself, mind reading allows unprecedented access to the processes behind perception, memory, and decision-making. One particularly visionary experiment involves multi-person neural networks, where several participants are connected via brain-to-brain interfaces. In these setups, participants can collaborate on problem-solving tasks, with the neural signals of each individual influencing the group's actions. While still experimental, this approach hints at a future where collective telepathy may allow groups to share knowledge and coordinate actions in ways impossible through conventional communication. Beyond humans, scientists are investigating hybrid interfaces with AI and robotics. Imagine a scenario in which a human brain communicates directly with an AI system, which interprets and extends the thought. For example, a scientist could think of a complex chemical structure, and the AI could visualize, simulate, or even optimize it in real time. This fusion of biological and artificial intelligence could revolutionize research, creativity, and decision-making. Yet, despite these advances, challenges remain. The brain is extraordinarily complex, and neural patterns are noisy, overlapping, and context-dependent. Decoding a simple image is one thing. Reading complex thoughts, abstract ideas, or nuanced emotions is exponentially more difficult. Moreover, variability between individuals in brain structure, learning history, and thought patterns requires adaptive, personalized decoding systems. These technical challenges represent the current frontier of mind-reading research, pushing scientists to develop ever more sophisticated algorithms and neural monitoring technologies. In summary, these experiments collectively demonstrate that mind reading and telepathy are moving from fantasy towards science. We are already capable of decoding visual imagery, controlling machines with thought, transmitting simple intentions between brains, and even beginning to interpret language and emotions. Each experiment expands our understanding of the human mind and moves us closer to a future where direct brain-to-brain communication may become a practical reality. Having explored the experiments and technologies that make mind reading possible, we now turn to the practical applications of these discoveries, the ways in which mind reading and telepathy could transform society, medicine, education, human collaboration, and even our understanding of consciousness itself. Medicine and rehabilitation.
One of the most profound impacts of mind-reading technology is in medicine, particularly for individuals who are paralyzed, suffer from neurodegenerative diseases, or have conditions like locked-in syndrome. Traditionally, these patients are unable to communicate effectively, relying on caregivers or assistive devices. With brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, patients can convey thoughts directly. For example, by thinking of specific letters or commands, they can type messages on a screen, control robotic prosthetic limbs, or even interact with smart devices in their environment. This not only restores communication, but also grants autonomy and dignity, transforming lives in ways that were unimaginable just a decade ago. Education and knowledge transfer. Telepathy could revolutionize learning and education. Imagine a classroom where knowledge is transmitted directly from teacher to student, bypassing traditional instruction and written materials. A student struggling with mathematics could receive a mental visualization of complex problems, while an aspiring artist could perceive the thought patterns of a master painter. Furthermore, educators could instantly detect when a student is confused, adjusting their instruction in real time. While this may sound like science fiction, the combination of EEG, fMRI, and AI-based decoding systems could make elements of this future possible. Over time, such technology could accelerate learning and even unlock latent cognitive abilities. Collaboration and problem solving. Mind reading has enormous implications for human collaboration. In research, engineering, or creative fields, individuals could share ideas instantaneously through brain-to-brain communication. Teams could solve problems collectively, bypassing language barriers and miscommunication. For instance, a group of scientists working on a complex chemical simulation could transmit visualizations of their ideas directly to colleagues across the globe. Multi-person neural networks, where multiple brains are interconnected, are already being experimented with in experimental settings. These networks hint at a future where collective intelligence is amplified and groups can operate almost as a single cognitive entity. Space exploration and remote operations. The extreme conditions of space make traditional communication slow and inefficient. Mind-reading interfaces could enable astronauts to operate machinery, control rovers, or coordinate experiments silently and instantaneously. Beyond Earth, telepathic systems could allow exploration teams to respond to emergencies with unmatched speed, sharing thoughts and intentions even when verbal or digital communication is delayed. In the long term, this technology could also allow humans to interface with artificial intelligence systems in spacecraft, enabling real-time problem-solving in uncharted environments. Emotion and empathy enhancement. One of the most profound applications of telepathy is the potential to enhance empathy. Because thoughts are inseparable from emotions, decoding neural patterns could allow individuals to perceive not just what others are thinking, but also how they feel. In diplomacy, business negotiations, or conflict resolution, this ability could reduce misunderstandings, foster cooperation, and promote peace. Imagine leaders or negotiators able to sense underlying emotions, intentions, and biases in real time, leading to more effective, harmonious decision-making.
Military and strategic applications. Mind-reading technologies also have potential applications in defense and security. Silent communication between soldiers on a battlefield could improve coordination and efficiency. Predictive decoding could anticipate an adversary's intentions, while remote control of vehicles or drones via thought could reduce human exposure to danger. While these applications raise serious ethical concerns, they illustrate the transformative potential of these technologies. 7. Cognitive enhancement and human augmentation. Beyond practical applications, telepathy could be used to enhance human cognition. By connecting individuals to AI systems or even networks of human brains, we could augment memory, accelerate learning, and boost creativity. Imagine an architect thinking of a building design while receiving real-time visual suggestions from an AI or from other architects' minds. The fusion of mind reading with artificial intelligence could transform the very way humans think, learn, and create, giving rise to a new era of cognitive augmentation. Entertainment in virtual reality. Even leisure and entertainment could benefit from mind-reading technology. Virtual reality experiences could respond directly to users' thoughts and emotions, creating fully immersive, adaptive worlds. Video games could change dynamically based on a player's intentions or mood. Music, art, and storytelling could become interactive in entirely new ways, with experiences generated in response to neural signals rather than predetermined algorithms. Accessibility and inclusivity. Mind reading also has profound implications for inclusivity. Individuals with disabilities that limit speech, movement, or sensory perception could participate fully in society. Telepathy-based interfaces could enable them to communicate, work, create art, and interact socially in ways previously impossible. This democratization of communication could bridge gaps and empower countless people worldwide. Scientific research and understanding consciousness itself. By decoding thoughts, emotions, and intentions, we gain unprecedented insight into the inner workings of the human mind. Experiments in mind reading could reveal how creativity emerges, how memories are stored and retrieved, and how decisions are made. Ultimately, this research could answer profound questions about what it means to be human and how our thoughts shape reality. In conclusion, the potential applications of mind reading and telepathy span every aspect of human life, from medicine and education to collaboration, creativity, empathy, defense, and even leisure. While many of these applications remain experimental, the trajectory of research indicates that telepathy may not remain science fiction for long. We are entering a future in which thoughts are no longer confined to the individual brain, but can be shared, understood, and even enhanced.
Yet with these possibilities come profound responsibilities. As we explore the applications of mind reading, we must also consider the ethical, societal, and philosophical challenges. Questions of privacy, consent, equity, and misuse will become increasingly urgent. Technology may provide the means to read and transmit thoughts, but it is up to humanity to decide how these abilities will be used, regulated, and integrated into society. As we have seen, mind reading and telepathy are no longer purely theoretical. Advances in neuroscience, machine learning, and brain-computer interfaces are paving the way for a future where human thoughts can be decoded, shared, and even amplified. Central to this vision is the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, with neural data. AI has the capacity to process vast amounts of neural information in ways that human brains cannot. While we can observe patterns and detect correlations, AI systems can analyze millions of neural signals simultaneously, identifying subtle patterns invisible to human researchers. For instance, a single thought involves a cascade of signals across multiple brain regions. AI can detect the precise timing, intensity, and interaction of these signals, reconstructing the thought with increasing accuracy. In combination with fMRI and EEG, AI allows us to transform raw brain activity into meaningful interpretations, bridging the gap between the human mind and technology. Imagine a future laboratory where a scientist thinks of a complex molecular structure.
Neural activity is captured in real time, processed by AI, and instantly visualized as a three-dimensional model. Colleagues across the world, connected via a brain-to-brain network, can perceive and manipulate this structure mentally without speaking or typing. The fusion of human cognition with AI not only accelerates research, but also creates a shared cognitive space, a new form of collaboration where thoughts flow directly from mind to mind, enhanced and amplified by intelligent systems. Beyond scientific collaboration, AI integration could enhance personal cognition. Brain-computer interfaces connected to AI could serve as cognitive assistants, reminding us of information, predicting our needs, or optimizing decisions. For example, while solving a mathematical problem, the AI could detect which approach is most efficient based on your neural patterns, guiding your thoughts in real time. This would be a new form of mental augmentation, expanding human intelligence beyond natural limitations. Let us consider communication and society. In the future, telepathy could transform social interaction. Traditional language, with all its ambiguities and limitations, could be augmented or replaced by direct thought sharing. Imagine two people communicating across languages and cultures, understanding each other perfectly because neural signals carry meaning directly. Misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and miscommunications could diminish dramatically. On a global scale, this could foster unprecedented empathy and cooperation, potentially reshaping diplomacy, international relations, and global problem-solving. Ethics and safeguards will be central to this future. Access to thought must be consensual, secure, and protected against misuse. The potential for coercion, surveillance, or unauthorized access is immense. Therefore, as technology evolves, so must laws, regulations, and societal norms. Safeguards may include encryption of neural data, strict consent protocols, and ethical guidelines for research and application. Public discourse will be essential in shaping how mind-reading technologies are adopted, ensuring that these tools empower rather than exploit.
Looking further ahead, we can speculate on even more futuristic scenarios. Could we achieve a form of collective consciousness, where multiple minds are interconnected, sharing knowledge, creativity, and decision-making in real time? Such networks could revolutionize problem-solving, scientific discovery, and artistic creation. Imagine a world where a team of doctors shares their insights telepathically during surgery, or a group of engineers collaborates mentally to design structures impossible to conceptualize individually. Another possibility is direct communication with artificial intelligence. As AI systems become more advanced, our brains could interface directly with them, bypassing screens, keyboards, or spoken commands. Thoughts could be converted into actionable instructions, insights, or simulations instantaneously. The line between human cognition and machine intelligence would blur, creating a hybrid system in which humans and AI operate as a unified cognitive entity. Mind reading may also expand into the realm of augmented reality and virtual worlds. In such environments, thoughts could generate experiences, manipulate objects, or communicate intentions directly to others. Traditional input devices may become obsolete. Imagination itself would serve as the controller. Entire virtual environments could respond dynamically to neural patterns, creating immersive experiences that adapt not only to what we see, but to what we think and feel. In medicine, the fusion of AI and neural interfaces could enhance diagnosis and treatment. By analyzing brain activity, AI could detect early signs of neurological diseases, predict seizures, or monitor mental health. Telepathy-enabled systems could even assist in therapy, enabling patients to communicate emotions or experiences that are difficult to articulate verbally. The possibilities extend from rehabilitation to enhancement, fundamentally transforming the way we understand and interact with our minds. Finally, consider the philosophical implications. If our thoughts can be decoded, shared, and transmitted, what does it mean to be human? How do we define privacy, individuality, or identity when our inner mental landscape can be accessed by others? Could consciousness itself be digitized or transferred between minds, or even into machines? These questions challenge not only science, but the very nature of human existence, forcing us to confront profound ethical, spiritual, and philosophical dilemmas. In conclusion, the integration of AI with mind-reading and telepathy technologies points toward a future where communication, cognition, and creativity transcend the individual brain. We may enter an era where thoughts flow seamlessly between humans and machines, where empathy and collaboration reach unprecedented levels, and where our understanding of consciousness is dramatically expanded. The journey is just beginning, but the trajectory is clear. The future of human thought will be augmented, shared, and profoundly interconnected. As we explore the immense potential of mind reading and telepathy, it is critical to pause and consider the ethical, philosophical, and societal implications. Technology may allow us to read thoughts, share ideas, and even enhance cognition, but it also raises profound questions about privacy, autonomy, morality, and the nature of the self. Mental privacy. Perhaps the most immediate concern is privacy. In a world where thoughts can be decoded or transmitted, the innermost recesses of the mind, our secrets, intentions, and feelings could potentially be exposed. Unlike a phone or computer which can be locked or encrypted, the human mind has historically been private by default. Mind-reading technology challenges that assumption. Society must develop robust safeguards to ensure that access to neural data is strictly controlled and consensual. Without such protections, the potential for abuse, from corporate surveillance to political coercion, is enormous. Consent and autonomy. Consent is a cornerstone of ethical application. Individuals must retain full control over whether their thoughts are accessed or transmitted. Informed consent protocols will need to evolve to cover the complexities of neural interfaces. Unlike traditional communication, where we choose what to say or not say, mind reading could inadvertently reveal subconscious thoughts. Ethical frameworks must address not only intentional sharing, but accidental or unintended mental leakage, ensuring that autonomy is never compromised. Misuse and exploitation. With any powerful technology comes the risk of misuse. Imagine a society in which governments, corporations, or malicious actors could access the thoughts of individuals. Political dissidents could be monitored, employees coerced, or personal decisions manipulated. Even in well-intentioned applications, biases in AI could misinterpret neural patterns, leading to false assumptions or unjust outcomes. The ethical challenge is not merely technological, it is deeply social and political. Safeguards, regulations, and international agreements will be necessary to prevent exploitation. Equity and access. Another concern is equity. Advanced mind-reading technologies may initially be expensive, accessible only to a privileged few. This could exacerbate existing inequalities, creating cognitive elites with enhanced abilities and unprecedented access to information. Ensuring that these technologies are accessible and beneficial to all of humanity, rather than concentrating power, is essential. Equity considerations must be central to research, development, and deployment strategies. The nature of identity and self. Philosophically, mind reading challenges our understanding of the self. If our thoughts can be shared, analyzed, or even stored externally, what defines personal identity? Are we more than our neural patterns, or does consciousness extend into the networks we create?
Could our minds exist partially outside our bodies, interconnected with others and with machines? These questions are not merely speculative, they touch on the core of what it means to be human. Emotional ethics does not only access thoughts, but also emotions. Knowing the feelings of others can be a source of empathy, but it can also be exploited. Imagine advertising or manipulation tailored to someone's exact emotional state, or negotiations influenced by the subconscious feelings of participants. The ability to sense or influence emotions raises ethical dilemmas comparable to those of thought surveillance. How do we balance insight with respect for personal mental integrity? 7. Consent in interpersonal relationships. Even in personal relationships, telepathy introduces new ethical dimensions. Would romantic partners or family members have the right to access each other's thoughts? How would trust and intimacy evolve in a world where thoughts can be shared effortlessly? Consent, boundaries, and mutual respect would need to be redefined to accommodate this new reality. 8. Legal and regulatory implications. The law must adapt to a world where minds can be accessed or influenced remotely. Intellectual property, privacy rights, and liability frameworks may need to extend to thoughts themselves. For example, if someone transmits a creative idea telepathically to another person, who owns that thought? If a person's subconscious intention is misinterpreted by AI and leads to harm, who is responsible? Legal systems will face unprecedented challenges in defining rights and responsibilities in the realm of cognition. 8. Societal transformation. Widespread telepathy could transform society itself. Communication barriers would shrink, cultural misunderstandings could decrease, and collaboration could reach new heights. Yet the technology also risks creating new hierarchies, psychological stress from constant transparency, and potential manipulation at scale. Social norms, etiquette, and mental health strategies would need to evolve alongside technology. 10. Philosophical considerations. Finally, mind reading touches on the deepest philosophical questions. If thoughts are readable, what is the nature of free will? Are our decisions purely our own, or do neural patterns determine them in ways we may never fully control? Could shared consciousness alter the very experience of individuality? Telepathy challenges traditional concepts of selfhood, privacy, morality, and human agency. It forces us to confront questions that philosophers, theologians, and scientists have debated for centuries. In conclusion, while the technological possibilities of mind reading and telepathy are breathtaking, they carry profound responsibilities. Privacy, consent, equity, ethics, and philosophical reflection must guide development and application. A future where thoughts are shared directly could enhance empathy, creativity, and collaboration only if humanity navigates these ethical challenges wisely. As we unlock the secrets of the mind, we must ask not just what we can do, but what we should do. The journey toward telepathy is as much about understanding our moral and social responsibilities as it is about advancing technology. It is a frontier that tests not only our intellect, but our wisdom, compassion, and imagination. The decisions we make today will shape the future of human thought, communication, and consciousness for generations to come. As we approach the end of our exploration of mind reading and telepathy, let us pause and reflect on what we have learned and what the future may hold. Over the past decades, what once seemed like pure science fiction, reading thoughts, transmitting intentions, and sharing emotions, has become a tangible frontier of science. Neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and brain-computer interfaces are converging to transform our understanding of the mind, communication, and human potential.
We have examined the incredible complexity of the human brain, 86 billion neurons firing in intricate networks, encoding memories, emotions, and decisions. We have seen how modern technologies like fMRI, EEG, and TMS allow us to observe and decode these neural patterns. We have explored experiments that reconstruct images from thought, allow paralyzed individuals to control robotic limbs, and even transmit intentions between human brains. We have discussed the applications that could revolutionize medicine, education, collaboration, space exploration, empathy, and creativity. Imagine a world where a patient communicates effortlessly through thought, a classroom where knowledge is shared directly, a team of scientists collaborating across continents without speaking, or astronauts coordinating silently in the vacuum of space. These are not fantasies, they are glimpses of the emerging reality. Yet with great power comes great responsibility. Mind reading and telepathy pose profound ethical, societal, and philosophical challenges. Mental privacy, consent, equity, emotional integrity, and legal frameworks must be carefully considered. Technology alone cannot dictate how these capabilities are used. Humanity must choose wisely. We must ask ourselves, how do we ensure these tools enhance empathy rather than exploitation? How do we balance innovation with respect for individuality? How do we preserve free will and personal identity in a world of shared cognition? Looking further into the future, one can imagine even more extraordinary possibilities. The fusion of human thought with artificial intelligence could create hybrid cognitive networks, expanding intelligence beyond the limits of the individual brain. Collective telepathy could revolutionize problem-solving, creativity, and governance. Dreams, emotions, and complex ideas could be shared instantaneously. The boundary between mind and machine, self and collective consciousness could blur in ways that challenge our very definition of what it means to be human. At the same time, this journey is a reminder of the beauty and mystery of the human mind. Each thought, each memory, each emotion is a testament to the intricate, elegant design of our brains. As we develop the technology to observe and share these inner worlds, we gain not only knowledge, but a deeper appreciation of ourselves and one another. In closing, the pursuit of mind reading and telepathy is more than a scientific endeavor. It is a quest to expand human connection, understanding, and imagination. The frontier of the mind is vast, and our journey has only just begun. The choices we make today will shape the future of communication, empathy, creativity, and consciousness for generations to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for accompanying me on this journey. Together, we stand at the threshold of a new era where thoughts can be shared, minds can be connected, and the human experience may be transformed in ways we are only beginning to imagine. The future is not distant, it is unfolding now, one thought at a time.